What's up guys, Anton here from Dropship Lifestyle, and in today's video I'm going to share 11 different ways that almost anyone can use to make money online. So if you're looking to earn an online income and you're not yet currently doing so, this video will be a great starting point where again I'm going to share 11 different strategies that almost anybody can use to earn an online income and make money online. Now with that being said, I want to give a message here for everyone that typically tunes in to our weekly show here at Dropship Weekly. This one I will mention dropshipping, of course, it's a way to make money online, but this video is not entirely dedicated to dropshipping. So if you're only here because you want a new strategy or technique for your e-commerce store or your Shopify store, this video is probably not for you. But if you're out there and you haven't started making money online yet and you're looking for proven strategies that actually work, that you could do in your spare time while you still hold a job or while you transition from being full-time employed to having your own income, then this video is for you. So now that we got that little disclaimer out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and get started with this week's episode of Dropship Weekly. All right, so I figured the best way to do this together would be to make a simple pros and cons lists. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because we're going to talk about, again, a lot of different business models here, a lot of different things you can use. And honestly, you know, I don't want you to, at the end of it, be like, wait, what did we just talk about? So we'll do that and we'll keep track of it via this digital whiteboard. So the first option here that, you know, I'm listing first because honestly, anyone can do this, like regardless of your skill level, regardless if you know anything about marketing or online business. And that is to freelance your skills. And, you know, I say this and you might think like, well, what skills do I actually have? Well, there's a lot of different things online that different business owners, such as myself, want people to accomplish, but maybe don't need full-time help for. So in our businesses, you know, including Dropship Lifestyle, we have about at any given time, 10 full-time people working on these businesses, but we also have just a ton of other people who are freelancers, okay? And they're people that we pay per job. And they're very much part of our company. They do lots of different work that helps us out, but they simply are freelancers because again, as a business owner myself, I don't need someone full-time to do a lot of these tasks. So this is, you know, Dropship Lifestyle, obviously the website that this YouTube channel is connected to. And just to give you an idea of how many things on this one website alone we used freelance workers and freelance worker skill sets for. Our logo right here was created by a freelancer. This video in the background was filmed by a freelancer. The video was edited by a freelancer. We have the whole website design was designed by a freelancer. So literally almost everything on our blog, a lot of the articles were proofread by freelancers. A lot of the videos that were transcribed, again, a freelancer did that. And you see like a lot of those skills, yes, they are skills, right? Like you have to be able to either proofread or edit video or film or design a logo or come up with article ideas, but they're not like these things that you need to go to school for 4 years for and then have 10 years of experience. And honestly, maybe some of those things are things that you are already doing in a day-to-day job, let's say, and maybe you're just looking to get some hours away from that day-to-day job and transition into being, you know, full-time. And freelance is great because it could be part-time, it could be evenings, could be weekends, could be whenever you want to do it, and it can make you extra money. So some of the pros, guys, that I'll list, and I'll list like one for each, even though there's more we'll talk about. With freelancing, there's a low barrier of entry, and usually that's seen as a con. But remember, I'm thinking of this as something that you're just starting out with, right? So if you wanted to get started, you don't need a website, you don't need tons of previous, you know, a portfolio of all your work experience. You could pretty much just get started and reach out to people and say, hey, I want to do freelance work. Now, if you're wondering where to get different jobs like this, I'll show you in a minute. But let me first just talk about, you know, one of the cons here and one of the negatives more long term. And we'll switch colors for that too. But the biggest con here, I would say, is not scalable. And what I mean by that is, you know, with this, you're quite literally trading your time for money. So it's not something where the income level could just keep going up because the hours in your day won't keep going up. But still, it's a great starting point and you can transition your skills here into something else bigger later that is scalable. So it doesn't mean I wouldn't recommend it. But, you know, some websites that you might have heard of if you're looking for freelance work, obviously there's Fiverr.com. A little misconception. A lot of people think on this website, everything sells for $5. That's not true. through. We buy plenty of services here that are $50 plus. So you could list yourself as a service provider, as a freelancer on Fiverr. Another website we hire a lot of talent from is Upwork.com. Again, a place where you could create a profile. That's why there's a low barrier of entry. Spend a couple hours making a great profile, and then companies like myself will find you here. You can apply for one-off jobs and get work that way. Again, make money online from your own hours, wherever you are in the world. And another one that honestly I think is so overlooked is Craigslist. So in Craigslist, you won't be creating a profile, but literally down here in the gig section, so you see there's creative, events, labor, talent, writing. So in here, we post jobs all the time and people contact us and we hire them as freelancers. So if you have a skill set, right, you can look through whatever one's relative towards you and you can reach out to them, say, hey, I could do this. Why not? It's a great place to get work. Even here, guys, in the job section, you could reach out to people that are hiring for part-time jobs and be like, hey, have you ever considered using a freelancer instead? And if you have the skill set, they might be like, you know what, let's try it out, right? Why not? So that's the first one, guys, that I wanted to cover, because hopefully you could see, there's a ton of different ways to find people, and there's a ton of different skill sets that you could apply to this that all would work great. So let's keep moving forward, and I will go ahead and we'll write down number 2. And the second thing that we'll cover today is creating a blog. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, if you're watching this video right now, it's 2018, and you might be thinking Anton, isn't blogging dead? No, it's not dead at all. We only started a blog last year for Dropship Lifestyle, and it's contributing right now to about 2,000 extra unique visitors every day coming to our websites, okay? And we started a blog which didn't cost anything. So one of the big benefits, guys, the first one that I will list is that there is a potential big upside, okay? Now, what I mean by that is if you do this the right way, right? If you start a blog and put out quality content that people actually care about, the scale of how many people will visit it and become loyal followers and eventually want to do business with you is almost infinite. It's capped at how many people are in your market. So if it's a big market that you're writing about, that you're blogging about, the amount of people you could reach literally is capped at how many people are actually interested in that thing. So massive upside. You build a loyal following that you can eventually promote products and services to. Now, some of the cons, and there are definitely cons, okay? The first would be that it's a lot of work. So I'm not even gonna write that one, but just know that if you're gonna do this, it's a big commitment. This isn't something that you just consider and then buy a domain name and hope it works out. One of the biggest things I would say that you have to do is consistent quality. That's what we realized. So once people find you, let's say someone finds your blog once you start one, and they actually like what you have to say, they're going to want to come back and see what the next thing you have to say is. Now, if the next thing that you want to write about is 3 months later, they're going to forget about you. Or if the next thing that you want to write about is just a poorly written article, that just doesn't, connect with your people anymore, your customer avatar, then they're going to leave and not come back. So in order to make this one work and to really realize that big upside, not only do you have to publish consistently, but you need quality over and over again. So for anyone considering blogging, just know that if you're going to do this, it should 100% be something that you are literally overly passionate about, because you're going to have to put in a lot of work, a lot of time before you see the results. And even when you see the results, it could die just like that unless you maintain. So make sure if you want to do this one, you're willing to kind of have that delayed gratification, and you're willing to put in the work that it takes over however long you want this to be profitable for. So the next one, guys, we'll move into number 3. And this one is coaching and consulting. Now, if you're thinking Anton, how is that a way to make money online? People do that offline too. Yeah, of course they do. But I'm saying you can take those same business models, right, of offering kind of one-on-one or group coaching and doing that over the internet. So it could be, a Zoom call, a Skype call, a webinar, whatever, but something where you're connecting with people over the internet and you're coaching them and consulting them. Now, one of the biggest pros of this, because I have actually done this business model, I don't do it anymore because you'll see why in the con section, but one of the big things is this is very rewarding. So with coaching and consulting, the people that work with you, that pay you for your time, especially if it's a small group setting or one-on-one, are really going to be passionate about it, and they're going to be there for a reason. They're going to be showing up for your calls, because they're paying you and because they want whatever it is you have to give. So you will see direct results and direct correlation between your coaching and your student success. And that is extremely rewarding. And if that's something that you want out of life, then this could be very, very beneficial. And when I say coaching and consulting, this could literally be on anything in the world. You could be a personal trainer that does this online. You could be a nutritionist. You could be, a business consultant. You could help people to outsource their businesses. You could be a consultant helping people with traffic to their websites. You could be a web design consultant. You could be a marriage counselor, like literally anything people need coaching and consulting on. You could do this, work one-on-one or in group settings, and really see that reward. Now, for this, the work you'll have to do is build a website and have a way to invoice people. So again, not that much of a barrier to entry. The cons are that obviously if you're going to do this, you should be an expert. So you do need, kind of some credibility there because people are going to work with you. They want to see that you actually are legit. Another con I would say is limited time equals limited money. So, all right, limited time equals limited money. So when I first started some of my online courses, which we'll cover in a little bit, I was actually offering coaching and consulting, obviously paid, and people were signing up and it was great. It was extremely rewarding. But then I realized I just can't keep doing this, right? I'd rather, spend time on other activities because the amount of people that want me coaching isn't scalable. But if you're just starting, this is something important to keep in mind. If you're just starting, then try and make money online. Don't only focus on scalability at first. You should actually be doing things that don't scale, okay? There's nothing wrong with that when you're first starting, and don't forget that it is very important. Now, the next one where you'll probably know me from is teaching online courses. So online courses, I just showed you Dropship Lifestyle. Again, if you're watching this YouTube channel, you're probably familiar with Dropship Lifestyle. I started it in, I think, 2013. We have over 8,000 students from over 25 different countries. We have over 200,000 people on our email lists. So this is it's a massive way to reach people, right? And this is where I have a ton of experience in addition to e-commerce. So the pros of doing these online courses are, first of all, that you get paid to actually help people. So people sign up because they want to learn something from you, so that's cool. The biggest one I think is that you can make money off your passion. So I'm gonna write make money off passion. So for example, with Dropship Lifestyle, I love e-commerce. This is what I read about anyway. This is what I talk to people about anyway. So by having online courses, I can literally spend more time doing something I'm passionate about. And I added another revenue stream to my e-commerce businesses by teaching people about e-commerce. So definitely works. It's definitely a way to have a scalable income. Again, if you want to see an example of this, go to, let me come back here, go to Dropship Lifestyle, or you can go to one of our other websites, which is an online course or has online courses called performancemarketer.com. That's another one of ours. So go, check this out. And I'll link to these below this video. But other great business models, if you want to sell online courses, and you don't want to build them yourself like we did, of course, you could sell on somewhere like Udemy, you could sell on Skillshare.com, but just know if you do either of those options, you're going to be earning a lot less of the revenue that your online course is generating because you have to share it with the platform. So if you want to do online courses, my advice is to do what we do and build your own, because then you get to keep all of the money and you could charge whatever your course is worth. You're not competing with a bunch of people from all around the world that might not have a quality product at all. So again, the pros of online courses are you can make money off your passion. The biggest con that I think is not often talked about, or not talked about enough, I should say, is marketing, okay? So the actual course creation, if you want to create a course on any of those things I mentioned earlier, maybe fitness, diet and nutrition, maybe how to save your marriage, how to meet guys or girls, whatever it is, if you're already good at that thing, the actual course creation process is the easy part. The con is that the marketing part is where it's difficult, because not only do you have to create content, but you have to become an excellent marketer to get people to find you, then know, like, and trust you enough to actually invest in whatever it is you're selling. So, you could see that as a con, but it's definitely not as easy as just, taking the knowledge in your head and making an online course and thinking people will just show up. It's not dream of fields, right? If you build it, it does not just mean they will come. So keep that in mind. But let's keep moving down, guys, and we'll go to another one. Now, what's interesting about this is the money you make, out of out of every business model I know, which, there's plenty of them, with writing ebooks, it really is the closest you're ever going to see to a passive income. And I don't like this term. I really don't. I usually say like semi-passive, meaning you have to do work a little bit. But with writing and publishing ebooks, you're pretty much not doing anything once the book is done. So it's passive. The money comes in. You did it once. So that is definitely a big upside for people that don't want to deal with marketing, don't want to deal with customers. But the con is that there's a low margin per sale. So, what I'm talking about when I say writing ebooks and selling ebooks, the way that if you want to do it passively, you will do it is you will sell through Kindle Publishing. So let me just Amazon Kindle Publishing, and this is like where you can go, kdp.amazon.com, and literally you upload a PDF of a book you write and whatever section you want it to be in. Then after that, Amazon puts it in their book section, and I don't know how many people use Amazon, 100 million probably. They can go to their Kindle section on their phone or on their Amazon account. They can order your book. So Amazon's doing the work, right? They're selling it for you. They're marketing it for you. They're giving you your money. I think they pay every 2 weeks. Maybe every 2 weeks or every month. But again, literally, they'll just pay you over and over and over for the ebooks you have written. Now, these are things you can write as many as you want. And a lot of people do that. A lot of these big authors that are doing very well with this business model have dozens or hundreds of books because that's what they spend their time on, right? They don't want to do freelancing because they don't want clients. They don't want to blog. They don't want to do coaching or consulting because they don't want to talk to anybody. They don't want to make an online course because maybe they're not comfortable on camera or talking. So they write ebooks and then they make money off it, that truly passively. They do the work to write, then the money comes in passively. So another model that maybe it suits your personality type, right? We're all different. I couldn't do it, but maybe that's what you want out of life, and maybe that's what you want out of a business, and there's nothing wrong with that. But let's keep moving forward, guys. And the next one is affiliate marketing. Now, I've spoken about this on this channel pretty frequently, I guess. So if you follow, then you are familiar with it. But I'll give you some of the pros and the cons, of course. Some of the pros with this is there's a low startup cost. So you don't need a ton of cash to get started. If you do it the way that I'm about to recommend, I should say, with any business, there's ways you can do it that you have to put in a ton of money. There's also ways you could do it that don't cost much. So there is a low startup cost with this business model. But one of the cons is that you're really relying on organic traffic. So what that means is, search engine optimization. You want Google to send you people. If you do YouTube videos, which I would highly recommend, you're banking on the fact that YouTube is going to recommend you and show you to people that are interested in whatever it is you have to sell. But guys, the way affiliate marketing works is pretty simple. Let me give you an example. I'll zoom out here. And can I come over here? Yeah, a little bit. But I'll just give you an example. So Dropship Lifestyle, right? If you wanted to be an affiliate for Dropship Lifestyle, and this is for members only, so you have to be a student, just keep that in mind. But we have an affiliate program, and every time someone buys one of our online courses for $1,497, we pay a $300 commission to the referring affiliate. So if someone says something to one of their friends and the person signs up because of that recommendation, then the person that referred earns $300 every time that happens. Now, one way that could work is obviously you could talk to your friends if you want to be an affiliate, right? Tell them to go buy a product or service. But the way most people do it, because they don't want to be harassing their family and friends, is they either post about the product or service they're promoting on their blog, or they make YouTube videos. So that could be a huge source of traffic. And going back to the example, let's say you want to promote Dropship Lifestyle as an affiliate, you could make videos on YouTube talking about your experience with Dropship Lifestyle, or members area tour of Dropship Lifestyle, or some bonus content for Dropship Lifestyle. Then you post your affiliate link in the description. People click that, they go, they sign up, you earn your commission automatically. And I'm giving the example because this is the Dropship Lifestyle channel, but this is true with anything. With affiliate marketing, you could be an affiliate for Amazon and promote pens, like markers and water bottles, right? You could promote anything. So just keep that in mind. So low startup costs, but you do have to build a following and have people find you. Usually, if you want to do it, the way I'd recommend is through organic traffic, because yes, again, it could be paid, but paid gets really expensive really quickly for a lot of affiliate deals out there. So let's keep moving forward, guys. And I told you I was going to share a lot in this video, but the next one that I want to share with you is building a membership site. Now, if you're wondering what the difference is between a membership site and an online course, right? When I'm talking about online courses, I'm talking about things you pay one time for and then you have access. With membership sites, there are things that are typically monthly recurring. So you're paying over time consistently and you're expecting something in return consistently over time. So there's definitely pros and cons like anything else to these. And the pros, like I just mentioned, is you have that recurring revenue, right? So you can literally have nothing's guaranteed, but you can know pretty close to what you're going to make next month and in 2 months and in 3 months. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people see a ton of value in that for that sense of security, right? Now, the other, or the con I should say, is there's lots of upkeep, okay? So lots of upkeep. So with any time in life when someone's paying you every month, they're expecting something in return. So if, let's just say, your membership site was something like a training course, why is someone going to pay every month if they could see it all right away and then they're good, right? They already got that information. Like, why are they going to pay you again next month? They got what they wanted out of it. So with membership sites, there needs to be that hook, that thing that keeps them. So I'll give you some examples of people that do this well. A couple buddies of mine, they have a podcast called Tropical MBA. It's like a lifestyle entrepreneurship podcast. They also have a community called the Dynamite Circle, and I think that costs maybe it's like $70 a month or something. But what people get when they pay that, and maybe it's like $50 to $70 a month, whatever it is. But when people pay that, what they get is access to a forum so they can connect with other listeners. But that's not it, okay? There's also all these other benefits. There's live events that happen 3 times a year. There's local meetups that happen every month. So the reason that's a membership site and the reason it makes sense to have that set up and have people keep paying is because they're constantly getting something in return. And literally it's every month there's something new. So if you're trying to decide which of these to do and you have something that is constantly updated or where there's constantly something happen every month, then definitely think about going with the membership site model over the online course model. That would probably make more sense for you if that's where you see yourself. So we're going to keep moving forward, guys. Again, we have 11 of these things, but we're going to get into number 8 right now, which is to sell advertising. So I'm just going to write sell ads. Now, remember I mentioned before that if you start a blog, we'll talk about how to monetize it later. This is definitely one of the ways. So if you sell ads, you're literally getting, let me change this up here, you get paid to create. So I'm going to write paid to create. So if you enjoy blogging, if you enjoy having conversations, on podcasts, if you enjoy making videos for YouTube, you could sell advertising space on those videos, on that podcast, on that blog, and literally the more you create, the more money you will make. But that's not the true equation, because what's important to note is that if you're going to do this, you need to have a big following. So that's one of the cons, I guess. You need a huge following, because the money you make is directly correlated with how many people are going to read your blog, listen to your podcast, watch your video, and how engaged they are with your content. So if you want to do this, it's great for all those creators out there, all those creatives, but remember, keep in mind that you do need the following before the money starts to roll in. So just like with some of these other ones, like blogging, they're not instantly get money. And we'll talk about that later, which ones you can start making money with now if you want to make money online sooner than later. But let's just keep going through the list for now, guys, and we'll go to number 9, which is to flip websites. Now, if you've ever seen any of those shows online, Flip This House, or on TV, I should say, like Flip This House, or any of those reality shows where people fixer-upper, right? They buy these houses, they put money into them, they revamp them, then they sell them for more. Well, you could do the same thing with online businesses. Now, this one can work better based on experience, because you should be able to improve the website, but it could also work if you're just a really good negotiator. Can't talk anymore. But with this, I'd say one of the biggest benefits is that it can be extremely profitable. There's a ton of people that are just doing very, very well with this business model. But again, one of the cons for it is that it requires a unique skill set. So I'm going to write unique skill set. And that would be really being a negotiator, honestly. And you need to see a lot of deals. So a lot of deals. The worst thing you could do here is just see a website and think right away oh, this is the one. I'm going to buy it, flip it, make a bunch of money. people that do this the right way spend their working hours looking at deals, trying to find the perfect things that make sense for them as an investor. Different businesses they think they're getting out of value, different businesses that they feel like they can add value to increase the next sale value. So just make sure that if you're going to be doing this, you're not just out there and buying the first site you see. So I'll show you a couple examples, guys, where you could do this if you wanted to. This website, flippa.com, you may have heard my opinion on them before. Not the biggest fan because it's a website marketplace where you could buy and sell websites. But the thing is, they don't really have how can I say it? Any kind of vetting process. So there's a lot of stuff on here that maybe it's legit, maybe it's not. Maybe the people kind of inflated their numbers, right? And also a lot of sites for sale on here are super low priced, which also usually means you're not getting much of anything that's great. But with that being said, sometimes you can find real gems on here, like people that are underpricing their sites simply because they don't know what it's really worth. So definitely still possible to make money with Flippa. But one website that I've had a lot of friends that have had success with, and two guys that I'm friends with own this company, is called empireflippers.com. So what's cool about this site, if you want to buy and sell, is that they have a marketplace. So you can go to their marketplace and see their listings, right? Like what kind of websites they have for sale, how they make their money. Oh, here we got a dropshipping one, another dropshipping one. But what's cool about this is, when you're buying these sites, these actually are vetted, meaning that the Empire Flippers company looks at all the numbers and everything before they list anything. So you're looking at a legit business. So if you found one that was a good deal for you, you could buy it, then put time into it, make it earn more money, sell it for more. Again, this is a site I'd recommend, Empire Flippers. Trust them. I know them. I like them. I trust them. Flippa, you still could find good deals on. Just be careful if that's going to be your go-to, because again, there's not much, I would say, quality control there, unfortunately. But let's keep moving on, guys. We'll keep going through this list. And by the way, if anyone has any questions, I would say right after I post this video, let me know in the comments. I typically am responsive for a day or so after I post the video, and then I'm back to reality, back to work and stuff. But I enjoy making these videos, so I usually spend about 24 hours responding to everyone's comments. So let me know below this video if you want to know anything about any of these, and I'm more than happy to answer. So 10 is probably one you didn't think you would see here, but it's a fun one. Okay, online poker. And hey, I know a lot of people that make a lot of money playing online poker. So what's the benefit of this? You get to play games for money. You're literally having fun and earning money. So the thing here is, guys, I had to list it because it's interesting to think about. But obviously, some of the cons here, some of the drawbacks are you can lose everything quickly. And I also know some people that had their money locked up in, bank accounts in random parts of the world that they're probably never going to see again. So, hey, if you're a gambler, have fun with it. Might as well try. It's also illegal in some countries, so look that up. But it's legit. I mean, for some people, it's a way of life. So if that makes sense to you, go for it and have fun. But check the legalities. I don't want to tell anyone to do anything illegal. Now, I told you guys I would do drop shipping. I would mention it, of course, at some point. And here is that point. So with drop shipping, I'm assuming, again, if you watch this channel, you know how it works. But some of the benefits here are that you're literally making money without ever seeing or holding any products. So I'm going to list two benefits for this one because that's what I like. So the first is that it is scalable. You can build as many stores as you want. You can list as many products as you want. You can run as much traffic as you want. So it's definitely scalable. The other benefit I would say is that it's semi-automated. Remember, I don't like the words passive. I don't like the words automated, but I'm comfortable saying semi-automated, where, using different softwares and tools like the Dropship Lifestyle Shopify app, you could have a lot of these tasks that are happening over and over, happening automatically in the background, have a few VAs, and you could have a pretty big business that isn't taking you all the time in the world. So that's a huge benefit of drop shipping. One of the cons I'd have to say is, listen, think of this as you will. I think it actually is a positive, but I'm going to put it here because I know a lot of people feel like this, but I wrote the wrong word first. It takes time to build a real business. Okay, so if you are going to go the dropship lifestyle route, the dropshipping route, because you're watching this, because you're here, I'm assuming that's what you're interested in, just know that with this one, you are going to be putting in hours, and once again, like many of these other ones, you are going to have that delayed gratification while the hours are going in and the money is not coming out, because you got to do the work first, right? It's that simple. So keep that in mind with dropshipping. It's not get rich overnight. It's not a push button system. If you are looking for kind of like, again, quick money, okay, maybe not the best thing long term, but something that you could start doing now and making money with in a week from now, or literally even a couple days from now. The freelancing your skills, honestly, again, for anyone that wants that fast cash, this is one of the quickest paths to get money right away. So I would highly recommend it's a great starting point, honestly. Creating a blog, remember, that's delayed gratification. Coaching and consulting, if you already have a business where you're doing that in person, my advice would be move it online, and you could start making money from it right away. Some of the other ones that you could do sooner than later would be to sell ads if you already have an audience. This is one that can make you money pretty quickly. And then all the other ones, it's business, guys. So expect to put in time before you make money. But that's really the reason that I wanted to have this be the video for today, and why I wanted to talk about these things. Okay, let me pull them up here. Can I get them all on one screen? Yeah. So all of these guys are legit. They can all work for you. They all work for countless people all around the world, but they really all do require real work to get started and to be successful with. So just know that if you choose any of these, that you will put in time before you see money back, unless of course you do the freelance thing, which you can literally get paid really fast. So that's a quick start. Long term, obviously you're watching Dropship Lifestyle channel. So if you want my advice for long term, I'm saying go drop shipping. It has really almost like limitless scalability issues, because you can sell as many products as you want. Once again, you can keep finding customers in different locations. You can keep just dominating your competition. So that's my advice if you want long term. But all of these other ones are not only ones that I recommend, but ones that I have done myself. And if you have any questions, remember, for the next, we'll call it like 36 hours or so, I'm more than happy to answer them in the comment section. So go ahead, post the questions, comments down there. And as always, if you got value, please do give this video a like or give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to Dropship Lifestyle yet, hit that notification bell. I post videos every single Thursday. Again, typically they're more focused on e-commerce and drop shipping. This week I wanted to go a little bit broader to help people that maybe aren't sure if drop shipping is for them yet. So hopefully the video served its purpose. Hopefully it got you that clarity on what it is you want to do. Again, more than happy to help you underneath. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next week for Dropship Weekly.